Today, I am going to deliver and discuss a topic on the 16 Mahajanapadas that existed in the 6th century BC, before 6th century BC. And at first, while I'm giving the introduction part of this topic, I have to discuss at first that the political conditions of India in the 6th century BC and this condition, how this condition led to the rise of the Mahajanapadas. Actually, we get a lot of information from the Buddhist and Jaina scriptures about the political condition of India during this period, that means 6th century BC. There was no supreme political power in India at that time, and India lacked a strong central rule. There was no political unity in India. North India was divided into several independent states, and which these independent states were constantly at war with each other. Therefore, 16 Mahajanapadas emerged as a result or consequence of such wars. Mahajanapadas implied a state formed of several janas. It may be observed that in the beginning of the Aryans were divided into several tribes. Later on, several tribes formed a jana, which was ruled by the Rajan or the king, having small area under his control. Gradually, several other janas combined together and formed a Mahajanapada. Political form of Mahajanapadas, I'm going to discuss on this. What was the political form of this Mahajanapadas? We have seen that the in northern India, these 16 Mahajanapadas spread in this way. Look at the map, and you will follow that 16 Janapadas were there, scattering in different regions of North India. And you may follow the names accordingly. That is Mallas, Shurasenas, Vajis, Koshala, Magadha, Vatsa, Shurasena, Chedi, Gandhar, Avanti, and all these 16 Mahajanapadas. If we name their name respectively, um, such as Anga, Avanti, Chedi, Gandhara, Kamboja, Kashi, Koshala, Kuru, Mallas, Magadha, Matsya, Panchala, Shursena, Vatsha, and Vajji or Vriji. And now I am coming to the description of these Mahajanapadas regarding their capital, regarding the territorial area that these Mahajanapadas covered in northern India or other parts of India. Ongo. The first one was Ongo. The capital of Ongo was Champa, and its territorial area was modern districts of Munger and Bhagalpur. Look at the map. Modern districts of Munger and Bhagalpur. Next, Avanti. Avanti. The capital of Avanti was Ujjain, and the territorial area. Look at the map. It was spread into the Malwa region. Next, Chedi. Chedi. Look at the central part of India. Chedi. The capital of Chedi was Shuktimoti, and it was located in Bundelkhand. Gandhara. Next, Gandhara. Gandhara was a very important Mahajanapada of India at that time, and the capital of Gandhara was Taxila. The districts of Peshawar and Rawalpindi, these areas are now in Pakistan. The districts of Peshawar and Rawalpindi, Jhilam in Gujarat, or now all Pakistan in Pakistan, these area were covered by this Janapada Gandhara. Next, Kamboja. Kamboja, the capital of Kamboja was Rajpur. It is now in Pakistan. and it was located in Pamir and Badakhshan area. Kashi, you have known this about this Janapada Kashi, the capital of which was Varanasi, and its territorial area was the eastern part of Uttar Pradesh, present UP. The eastern part of UP, in the eastern part of UP, this Kashi was located, and the capital of Kashi was Varanasi. Is this very known and famous place of in Hindu religion. Koshala. Koshala, the capital of Koshala was Sravasti, Ayodhya. Sravasti, actually, Ajodha or Ayodhya was another important city of Koshala. It was located in the modern Oudh or Ayodhya. Kuru. Next, Kuru. Kuru, all of you may look at the map where Kuru is situated. Look at the northern part of India. The capital of Kuru was Hastinapur. The name of Hastinapur is very well known to us due to Mahabharata. Its reference we get in Mahabharata. Hastinapur, and it was located. The location area was territorial area was Delhi, Meerut, Thanishwar, etc. That is the present capital of India. The present capital India, the area covered by Kuru. Mallas. The capital of the Mallas were Kushinagara and Pava. Both are famous in Buddhist religion. And the territorial area covered by this Mallas Janapada, modern Khashia near Gorakhpur. Gorakhpur is in UP, and Mallas, the Janapada Mallas, was located in UP, present UP. Gorakhpur. Next, Magadha, the well-known Janapada, or most famous Janapada among the 16 Mahajanapadas. The capital of Magadha was Rajgiri, and thereafter Pataliputra. Therefore, we find two capitals of Magadha. One was Rajgiri, and the other was Pataliputra. The modern name of which was Patna is Patna. The district or the territorial area covered by Magadha was where Patna and Goya districts of Bihar. So Magadha was located in Bihar. Matsya, the capital of Matsya was Biratnagar, very famous, and it was located in Rajasthan or Registan. The territorial area was Jaipur and Alwar. Panchala, the capital of Panchala was Ahitshitra. The reference of Panchala we get from Mahabharata. Uh, the reference of Panchali is worthy to mention here. However, the territorial area covered by Panchala was Rohilkhand division of UP or Uttar Pradesh. Sursena, the capital of which was Mathura. Mathura is a famous place, the birthplace of Lord Krishna. Mathura was located around the territories of Mathura. Vatsha, the capital of Vatsha was Kaushambi. This area was near Allahabad. Vajji or Vriji, the capital of which was Vaishali. This Janapada was very powerful Janapada at that time, and the Lichavis were the most important tribe of that time ruled there, and the mother of Mahabira belonged to this tribe. So we all have come about a clear conception of the description or the territorial areas or about the capitals of these 16 Mahajanapadas that existed in India in the 6th century BC. So we will find now I have to come on the importance of these Mahajanapadas in the political history of India. The rise of the Mahajanapadas is very important on account of several reasons. The first was the situation indicates that there existed in India republics and monarchies side by side. If you follow the history of these Mahajanapadas, we will see that some of these Mahajanapadas were democratic in nature and some of the Mahajanapadas were monarchical in nature. So, monarchy and republic existed side by side, both existed at that time. In republic, some sort of election also was prevalent. This is very important. The conception of election that was totally absent at that time. These Mahajanapadas, this idea was existed among the Mahajanapadas. Some republics had the ritual of elections. Even in monarchies, the rulers were not dictators. Very special feature. They tried their best to look after the welfare of the subjects. So, the idea of welfare state we can find here. The idea of modern welfare state is was also present at that time. As we see that the monarchies were not dictatorship, they were elected by their subjects and they were dedicated for the welfare of their subjects. Next, slowly and steadily, small kingdoms were giving way to the rise of bigger empires like Magadha. We will see that among these 16 Mahajanapadas, the war was a constant feature of the history of these Janapadas. And as a consequence of poor relations, the way was thus paved for the rise of a bigger empire that was Magadha. In the political history of India, for the first time, an empire was established under Magadha, under the leadership of Magadha, which was one of the best Janapada of these 16 Mahajanapadas. So, a clear beginning to unite India politically was on the way. Thank you. That's all.